All right, Chicago Bears fans, welcome back, welcome back. BearsMediaCo, we are a go. I'm your host, Brent C. And let's talk about our Chicago Bears getting ready to play the Minnesota Vikings. Now, coming off the big win last Thursday against the Washington Commanders, our Chicago Bears are looking to add another win to the win column. Now, it's going to be a big test, but the good thing about it, no JJ. Jay Jetta, Mr. Jefferson, is not playing in the game. So hopefully we can get this win and our defense can play a solid game against one of the best throwing teams in the league. Now, also on that, hey, we got Jalen Johnson about ready to come back. Kyler Gordon just taking off IR. So that 21-day window for him just opened up. So hopefully his hand as well. Because, as a nickelback, as a corner, hey, this guy's going to use his hands a lot. Got to get that ball past deflection. Got to get the ball and, in that run defense. So hopefully he will be ready to go. We're going to need him. Now Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, we all know that guy. He loves to throw the ball. They've got the offense for it, and they're one of the top passing teams in the entire NFL. So what does that mean for our defense? Well, for our defense, that means we could be in trouble, but probably not. Now, like I say, with no Justin Jefferson, their number one receiver, who's going to step up for that Minnesota Vikings team? Now, they have some physical receiver over there in Jeffrey Osborne. Now, over on the Minnesota side, that offense, we all know, one of the best throwing teams in the league. But check this out. Without Justin Jefferson, they might be able to, our defense should be able, let me say, they should be able to not have to worry about doubling any of Minnesota's wide receivers. Now, do they have any good wide receivers over there outside of Justin Jefferson? Hard to say. Now, they do have KJ Osborne, a fairly physical receiver over there. Pretty good number two for any offense, but no, not really that much speed on the edges there, but someone that has great hands catching the ball. So you never know with that guy. Now in their nickel spot, they have out of the UF, that is University of Southern California Trojans, we're talking about Mr. Jordan Addison. Now Jordan Addison, a little bit on the thinner side, but a guy with some speed. Now, in the zone game, we all know our Bears defense loves to run the zone. Now, he can get behind the zone, which he had done at USC quite a bit. Now, he can get straight down the line, so we got to be wary of that. But in the zone, with his speed and his size, even though, like I said, he's a little bit on the smaller side, he can get behind our linebackers and outrun our linebackers. So that's something that we have to be worried about. Our safeties are definitely going to have to be on their A game going into this game against Minnesota. Now, on our side, offense-wise, Justin Fields, DJ Moore, that connection has got to continue as we have to score as many points as possible. We proved that we can do it last week, putting up 40 on the Washington Commanders. So continue that. I mean, the defense of Minnesota, not known to be very strong against the pass. So that's one thing that we're going to have to exploit. Now, their front four is decent. It's not on par with Washington's. So hopefully we can get the running game going. Now, last week against Washington, the Bears, we lost Khalil Herbert, we lost Roschon Johnson, we lost Travis Homer, So we ran out of running backs last week, if you remember, and we had to use our fullback as a primary runner there in the fourth quarter. So this week, finally active after the first game, Dante Foreman. Now this is a guy I've been high on since we signed him, and hopefully he can show why I like him and the Bears signed him. Now, like I say, he's a 6 foot, 235-pound running back. Hopefully he gets the ball, and he gets the ball often to soften up that defense so that, hey, whether we running the ball or throwing the ball, that defense gets tired. Now, who is his backup? Well, the Bears just signed Darrington Evans from off the Miami Dolphins practice squad. Now, if most of you will remember, he was on our team last year and looked good in spurts. So, hey, hopefully he can come in, relieve Dante Foreman, and give us some good quality yardage either on the ground or through the air. Now, as well as Dante Foreman, now there's a guy that pass blocks very well. The question is, can he catch the ball out of the backfield? Now, in preseason, he said that, hey, he looks forward to showing what he can do in the passing game. So we're going to find out, as he is our number one running back starting this week. So what about our other receivers? Last week, Darnell Mooney targeted 4 times, 0 catches. Can't have that this week, not at all. He has to step up, as I'm sure Minnesota will try to double team DJ Moore. Now on the other side also, our tight end Cole Kmet. Now this is the game that I'm going to say he should have a fantastic game. How good? I'm going to go on record right now and say this guy should have 6 catches for at least 90 yards and 2, count them, 2 touchdowns. This should be his game. The middle of that Minnesota defense is soft. So for him to get behind the linebackers, get matched up with a safety, big win for our Chicago Bears offense. Also, looking at our offensive line, now with a healthy Tevin Jenkins, Cody Whitehair sliding in that center. Last week, Lucas Patrick got a concussion, so more than likely he will not be playing in this game. Nate Davis turned out another exceptional game for us. And Darnell Wright, our right tackle, looked good against that Washington Commanders vaunted front 4. So, hey, we should be looking good. Now, the question is, our left tackle, can he hold it down? That's a good question. We're going to find out, aren't we? Now, last week, he had a couple penalties. He looked like our starting left tackle, Braxton Jones, there for a little while with the penalty machine. But hopefully, he buckles down a little bit. Now he will be going up against Daniel Hunter over there on Minnesota, one of the top defensive ends in the NFL. So we're going to see what he can do full time against one of the best. Now he's going to have to step up, and I do foresee us using the tight end or running back to chip on the way out in the passing game. So we're going to see, Bears fans, what our offense can do against probably a defense slightly step above the Redskins, right? So we are going to see. Now, Justin Fields, I definitely hope that he continues his passing game efficiency. Now, he only completed like 54% of his passes last week. This week, I anticipate him getting up into the 60s, going against some soft coverage from Minnesota. Now, hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, all of our receivers, including our tight ends, can catch the ball this week. Now, last week, it looked pretty good. DJ Moore outshone everybody. Cole Kmet had a few catches here and there. So this week, I foresee Cole Kmet being the number 1 target this week. The backup tight end, Robert Tonyan. I'm hoping that he gets involved in the game. Now, he's more of a pass-catching tight end, whereas Cole is more all-around tight end, especially, he's very good in the blocking, pass blocking, run blocking, and things like that. But Robert Tonyan, as a pass-catching threat, I think we need to see him in the game a little bit more often. Him and Cole Kmet haven't really played that much this year. They did have some playing time against the Washington Commanders, but nothing big. But this week, I think that Robert Tonyan could get plenty of looks against that defense of the Minnesota Vikings. Now let's move on over to our defensive side. Now, as I said, we play that cover 2 zone offense quite a bit. Now, the last week, we played a lot more man, and Terrell Smith, one of our rookie cornerbacks who got to start with Jalen Johnson out, played a pretty damn good game. Let me just say that. For a rookie coming in, hostile environment, played exceptional, even got a forced fumble. That was a great play by him, and I expect more. But here's the thing, Bears fans. Jalen Johnson is supposed to be back for this game. Now, he was a full participant this day in practice. It's Thursday, so hopefully he does end up playing. Kyler Gordon, as I said before, he's off the IR. He's in his 21-day window to get out there on the field. So with Jalen back, hopefully Kyler back, we should be looking good at corner. And more importantly, with Kyler coming and Jalen, we should have 4 to 5 very good cornerbacks ready to go. Now, our safeties, this is where Jaquan Brisker needs to step up. Now, he's our starter out of Penn State, second-year guy. One of those guys that brings the energy, big hits, always looking to man the middle of the field. Now, this game, we know Minnesota, not a very good running team, but we don't want to let Madison get off anything. Now, Minnesota's offense only averages right around 80 yards per game running the ball. We definitely should be able to stop them in this game. Now, our front 4, last week, 5 sacks. I want to see it again. Give you 5 more sacks this week. And I think that, that could be setting the tone for the remainder of the season if our defensive line could get after the quarterback and mainly stop the run. One of the things early in the season that our Bears defensive line was doing, when it came to play action, we were getting used up. Left and right, we were getting used up. With very little pressure on the quarterback, teams could do whatever they wanted, but especially running the football. And that Tampa game was a prime example. So, defensive line has to step up. But on another note, our linebacker crew, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Jack Sanborn, this is a game they really need to step up. Now, TJ Edwards, he's been doing his thing, leading the Bears in tackles, but Tremaine Edmonds, our big money spend this offseason at middle linebacker, hasn't really showed up. I mean, he's had some tackles. He's been the second leading tackler throughout the first 5 games here, so he should do a little bit better. But one thing I'm going to say, Bears fans, in this game against Minnesota, don't be surprised if we blitz him a little bit more. Well, we might blitz him for the first time this year. Let me say that. Hopefully, Matt Eberflus, our head coach, he takes the opportunity to blitz a little bit more. I mean, last week, the Bears still gave up over 350 yards in passing. But, like I said, 5 sacks. Now, most of that air yards came in the second half. But look, not sure if the defense was getting tired or what, or the play calling started, going soft again. But the pressure has to stay on the entire game. And hopefully our coach, Blues, who is now calling our defense, hopefully he continues to dial up pressure. Now, getting back to our linebacker crew. Now, the three guys that I named, they need to be involved and they need to bring the wood this week. We can't let the running back from Minnesota get off. Why? Well, as we all know, our defense can't get off the field on third downs. And we don't want to give Kirk Cousins too much time in the pocket and just walk down the field wearing our defense out. So this, to me, is where our linebackers have to show up. They really have to get in. They have to blitz. They have to tackle. You know, they need to cover good because of Minnesota with really one deep threat in Jordan Addison. Our linebackers have to be ready to play serious football this Sunday. So hopefully, Bears fans, we can get to it. We can get another dub, get that win so we can move to 2-4. And hopefully, we can get out of the game with no injuries. That's going to be big for us as we're starting to get healthier week by week. We really need to get out of this game injury-free and get ready for our next game, which should be the Las Vegas Raiders. So with that, Bears fans, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking for this Minnesota game. And as always, and every time, when we say goodbye, peace.